Camera. Oh, hi there. Got 3 second pause on my camera. Well, I'm back on making another video, and this topic of relationships between men and women, but particularly the same thing. This going to explain why some men have decided to go overseas and find them a woman. Someone that you This is about from Phil Scott.
You hear all the time about Diamonds Direct's prices and
This
selection
video
and
talk about
warranties.
why
All
do
true,
women
and all good reasons to
like
give us a
cookies
visit.
and Ray Rays.
But what really sets Diamonds Direct apart?
So I got one of our brothers going to respond to, one of the sisters, because they said that, if black men were around more, they wouldn't be on the government. There's a reason for that. Let's review it.
And here we go. I knew it was coming, and it's an absolute lie. This woman says if black men were around me, black women wouldn't need the government. This is a stereotypical lie that has been told over and over and over again. This is not true. Black men take care of their children. The problem is you got Pookie and Ray Ray in the community that the black women think are hot and look good, and guess what? They're getting everybody in the neighborhood pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
they are.
Yep.
That's true.
Yep.
It's been that way.
Yeah.
It is I think, a sick plague in our community where you have these women, like, I'm not saying all, I'm going to say the majority, though. I will say the majority. It's only a minority from what I've seen in my lifetime. A minority. Because you even got professional women who are freaking lawyers, nurses and doctors, still going to lay down Pookie and Ray Ray. So you can't even say it's the hood chicks doing it. You got professional women going to lay down Pookie and Ray Ray with whole degrees and certifications and everything else. So yeah, Pookie and Ray Ray even getting them pregnant too.
In fact, only 19% of black men are responsible for all our children in this country. All of them. Okay? 54% of black men in this country are single and have no children. You can get these statistics from blackdemographics.com, the Bureau of Labor and Statistics, and the Census Bureau. We gotta stop with these absolute foolish tropes. Black women, stop letting Pookie and Ray Ray get you pregnant, period.
Well, yeah, that's been what it is. See, they value Pookie and Ray Ray and lusting for Pookie and Ray Ray and having unprotected relations with Pookie and Ray Ray. They have these children, and then later they want to go to the government because Pookie and Ray Ray not going to be around to take care of those kids. They're not going to provide anything. Now every blue moon you may have a reform Pookie and Ray Ray to actually stop doing what they're doing, get a job, try to take care of their family, etc. They do have some reform Pookie and Ray Rays out there. They do. And some of them have turned their life around and actually done very well for themselves. And I like to see that happen, actually.
Mm-hmm.
But we talking about the average Pookie and Ray Ray, they're not taking care of their children. They're not paying child support. They're not. Because of Pookie and Ray Ray and many people like him, it's the reason why the child support laws is the way they are. And then the men who suffer the brunt of those child support laws are the men who are good men that just maybe a relationship didn't work out, whatever. Now you're getting the brunt of child support law, not because you was the type that never took care of your kids, because what Pookie and Ray Ray has done, and these females going to the government so much, so now they're changing all these laws and making it difficult, etc. Now, if you don't want the decent brothers who are single and childless, and you want Pookie and Ray Ray, the problem is that you want these decent men later after you bring Pookie and Ray Ray's kids to a brother.
And that's what you see.
You gotta go on the system.
That's what you see on
Instead
TikTok.
of focusing on, let me find those single and childless brothers who
Right.
actually got some upper mobility by
Right.
themselves, who are out here committing crimes
Right.
that can put you in jail too. Because a lot of women sitting in jail right now because of Pookie and Ray Ray.
Mm-hmm.
Because when it comes to Pookie and Ray Ray telling, he gonna tell. He gonna say it was her drugs.
Yeah.
How many times have women have been even Pookie and Ray convinced them to do time? They say, look, all they gonna give you is like about maybe a couple of months. Because if I go, I'm gonna go for 30 years. At least you go a couple of months. Then you go in jail. Then you go in the courtroom, and then the judge hit you with 3 years. Like, I thought I was gonna get 3 months. Man, please, no. They gonna hit you with more time because you black. Just that simple. Everybody know that. So since you know that, try to stay away from crime much as possible because you don't want to be in these people's courtroom. But some of them will risk their life for Pookie and Ray Ray.
Mm-hmm.
Risk their life. Some of them lost their lives
Mm-hmm.
by dealing with Pookie and Ray Ray.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can't really fool with him. He work a 9 to 5. You know, yeah. I mean, I know the guy. He seems decent.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually, I know he's a good man, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just not attracted to that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but if she's attracted to Pookie and Ray Ray,
Mm-hmm.
that's who she's attracted to. And
A
you know what,
ninja.
fellas? When they don't want to be with you because they feel like they're not attracted because of you just too, I guess, square for them,
Mm-hmm.
say, thank God.
Yeah.
Because God protected you
Yeah.
from a problem.
Oh, yeah.
Don't get your feelings hurt. When a woman rejects you, fellas,
Mm-hmm.
don't get your feelings hurt about it.
Right.
Don't.
Right.
Just say, okay, thank God because that wasn't a woman for me.
Exactly.
I don't need to hear 1,000 reasons why she rejected. If she like Pookie and Ray Ray, cool. Because they let me know her decision making is foul, and I do not want to be with a woman like that.
Exactly.
And for sure, don't want to impregnate a woman like that.
Exactly.
Not at all. I don't want that kind of DNA in my kid.
Exactly.
So, cool. Thank God. Don't get mad if she like Pookie and Ray Ray now. Don't get mad about that, because sometimes some of you fellas get kind of upset with these women that like Pookie and Ray Ray because, you know, you think they're attractive and you mad. You can't. No. Looks don't mean crap, fellas. It don't. You can get a woman that look nice and don't like Pookie and Ray Ray.
Right.
And like I told you, if you travel, you can get
Boom.
what you think it looks nice here times
Boom.
10 outside this country.
Boom.
And guess what? You won't have to deal with the Pookie and Ray Ray situation. It's just that simple. I believe those women should wallow in their mess,
Right.
whatever that may be, and nobody save them. And if any of you brothers going there saving them, you the biggest symbol of America.
Exactly. Let me before I go into the next video, and I've come across women like that in my lifetime and in the past, and I can honestly say the women you see on TikTok, and they all a certain percentage of them that complain about these passport bros was knocked up with those Pookies and Ray Rays. But now that the men with upper mobility, the nice guys, that they were kind of boring, kind of lame, they wouldn't give their all to. They wouldn't cook a meal for. They'll try to mommy him. They'll try to control him, but they won't give that female nature to him. And if they give sex to him, then it's like, okay, they want like they'll drain you mentally, emotionally, and financially, and that's the truth. And that's why you see some of the women on TikTok complaining, some of the women that are older, some are younger, and saying, what is the big deal? What is the big deal? But the same type of woman was had the good men. Some of the same type of women probably had, and you see on those TikTok videos. But now they find out the men that, and I said this, good men are going to leave. So there going to be a certain segment of men are here, but them the ones you're going to find attractive with. Wallow in your mess. You might as well deal with the dude with the 10, 11 kids and five girlfriends, and have a concubine girlfriends and half a dozen kids, you know, and he don't pay some child support because, see, that's your version of a black man, which is a ninja, not a real black man, a ninja that we so affectionately use in our community. And see, they say something like this, but when you see, it's like, okay, I'm a good man, I'll step up, and it doesn't. And then when they get a good black man that got his head on his shoulder, they don't know how to handle it. They don't know. They think it's boring. I mean, you got some women, and they'll trip on him. They'll get on his last nerve. They won't make him feel like a man. They'll make him feel like a tool, like a boy. And they'll use the shit out of it because he don't put them. If he don't put me in the check at his, if he don't raise his, if he don't flip his personality into a ninja, then she ain't gonna respect him. And then you got some women, the same ones online, that you'll go back and forth arguing with. That's what they really want, but they upset because those men haven't did anything for them, and left them bitter and angry with those children. And it's because they made that conscious decision to be with those men. But and that's the truth. Here's another video.
Because in the search, sometimes you meet a guy who's just like, oh, I don't want anything, and he's like a hot guy, you know, and he's like, oh, I don't want anything serious, but I would love to eat.
A whole lot of criticism towards the movement and all that, especially when I seen that one TikTok video of all the passport bros holding up their passport and all.
I'm all the way up. Nothing but stop.
Why would you spend $135 on a passport to go get you some hard that you can go get somewhere else?
And every man go for different reasons. Don't just go over there for that. Then they're gonna go to
Hey guys,
change the
welcome
scenery.
back to more to life. Now I got one for you today. I can't wait to get into this. But before I do, I ask that you please like, comment, subscribe. Also, be sure to click the notification bell to ensure that you get my videos as soon as I release them. I'm not gonna hold you. Let's get right into it. This video here, this woman is saying why she is for the streets. Let's see what she has to say.
Do you know why I'm because I have to be, okay? Because I am searching for love. It's impossible to search for love and not be blood, okay?
It's impossible to search for love and not be a Now, she just opened up. I'm gonna let her get into it. Cause now, I don't want anything serious, but I would love to. Did you hear what she said? But now she's supposed to wait, right? She's making it seem like she can't. And you see the joking grin on her, right? That deceptive look as she's explaining it. She's proud of it.
Because in the search, sometimes you meet a guy who's just like, oh, I don't want anything, and he's like a hot guy, you know, and he's like, oh, I don't want anything serious, but I would love to eat out. And what am I gonna do? I'm gonna say no? I'm gonna say no, don't no?
See that, guys? That gotta be a joke. But it is a joke. It is a joke. Because then she's saying that, and she looks like she's gonna be the next one bashing the passport bros. Right? But this is what's happening, guys. This is why all the women are responding are a joke to me. Because you have her, women like this, doing things like this, right? And then if I turn around, and I have a bunch of these videos on my phone, guys. I can go on and on about this for days. But you got her, right? Then you turn around, and then you have women doing this.
So, I'm gonna make a part 2 to my Passport Bros video in response. And I just been seeing a whole lot of criticism towards the movement and all that. Especially when I see that one TikTok video of all the Passport Bros holding up their passport and all that. I just want to understand, what makes you spend $135 on an adult passport to go literally get the same type of that you can literally get from across the street? Like, you can't even spend like $60 on a TGFI Fridays? Like, come on now. And also, you know what? I'm going ahead and go say it.
And this girl here is occultist commentary, right? With the bull ringing in the nose. This here, Satanism talk. She's in the witchcraft, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep going.
A lot of this tourism, a lot of this like passport bro stuff is either rooted in some sort of self-hatred for each other's other races, or because let's be honest here, why would you leave the country to go get you some hoo-ha? Like, let's be for real here. Like, it's not that hard to discern. Why would you spend $135 on a passport to go get you hoo-ha that you can go get somewhere else? Like, let's be for real here. We know a lot of you guys like a lot of younger women here. We understand. A lot of you guys are low-key parents or into that type of stuff. And it's just so sad. Because a lot of people like you, we're not afraid to get rough with you guys. And it's just like, you know, you guys are so sad.
I bet you're not afraid to get rough with us. You ready to throw your hands up with us. That's why guys are leaving. Nothing to do with no, what they trying to say, no pedicure, right? Nothing to do with that. And the guys that are doing wrong overseas, guys are calling it out. I'm
Right.
not saying everybody's gonna be perfect when they leave.
Right.
She said we're not afraid to get rough with you. You think we want a girl we're gonna slap box with? When I was younger, I used to like to slap box, right? I was rough. You think we want a girl to slap box with?
Right.
Think you want that?
Right.
Every time I've come across a girl
Right.
that was combative, the one who thought she could raise her hand,
Right.
I ran for the hills. I'm not
Right.
saying that women out there just want to raise their hands.
And there are women like that out there too.
Because of her.
And then the ones that
I'm
get
not
you
gonna
locked
just
up.
bash all women back home because of you, right?
Then the one that kind of
Not
want
all
to get you
women
locked
like
up.
Because some of the ones that are feminine and that are still out there for the streets, they have some respect for themselves.
Right.
I can at least say that, right? But come online and say the same thing. Like, you didn't watch the Passport Bros playbook? There should be a playbook out. I think there should be a playbook for all you women. Like, okay, you can't say this. This was already said. I have to say something different. That's be like a book report now. Let me make up something different.
Whoa.
Because at the end of the day, you're talking about being rough with us. Guys leaving.
Oh, Jesus.
Feminine and delicate. Because that's what guys need, right? And ladies, you have to understand. Please understand. I gotta sing the Turner song. Sing the Turner song. That's the new Passport Bro song right there. Baby, don't you know that I don't wanna fight no more? Oh, you don't wanna hurt no more. It's over. You won. All we can do now, get those planes and go. Because when we get over to these places, and we see anime in the Philippines, that's the names, right? It's like old country names. Anime, or KN, that's for me. We see KN, or, you know, one of the Philippine southern names, right? It's like, a whole new world. Because you step into a whole new world.
Mm.
When you get over, and everyone's happy to see you. It's like, hey, how you doing? Like today, for instance, I go to Popeyes, and the guy's like, hey, don't you remember this man? So conversation. I'm not saying that doesn't happen in the West, because that would happen in the West. But still, people that have been here know what I'm talking about. People that have been overseas know exactly what I'm talking about. People are just happy to see you. And it's not only just the woman, it's the cultures. How about that? How about you say, why don't you go over there and go experience that culture? Because that's what guys want too, right? That's what I want. That's what other guys want too. Guys don't want to be somewhere where the crime is happening like crazy, and people don't have any sense, right? People are escaping that too. You know, I'm talking about that though. But still, it's not even just that. It's mostly because of what's happening now. All of you women are showing your true colors.
Mm-hmm.
And the women in these countries, especially in the Philippines, are responding to it. Why is that? Like, wait a minute, hold on, you guys left. Now the woman up saying you're garbage because you left.
Mm.
I see why you guys left. We had no idea. My wife had no idea until she seen all those reaction videos. She said, oh, I see now. Same thing with these other Filipinos and women in other countries. Oh, wow. I see why you left. Because when I came over here, I was saying, oh, you know, all these folks, women are bad. Guys, I didn't even talk about you guys. Right? I didn't. I didn't talk about you guys until a year ago. But still, it wasn't like I was out here for 7 years. I was out here for 7 years showing the culture and just enjoying myself. I seen it was more to life. That's what my channel's about, and I experienced it. I don't know what's going on. Woman using the same playbook, because it's outdated playbook. You know, I think you should have to be able to respond unless you come with something different. One thing I do know, there's definitely more to life than that. Guys, if you haven't already, go get your passports, please, brothers. Peace out.
Well, that's pretty much it right there. And like I said, who wants to go through that? And they'll get you locked up. Then women like want to put their hands on you, and then and it gets too serious. Next thing you know, you got something on your record. And then some women will purposely do that to set you up. And then next thing you know, you lose your job. Next thing you know, and they'll sit back and get a kick out of it. I mean, I had a friend of mine, man. You know, his wife would this woman that he married that he took on as his wife. You know, she knew that how his temper was, but she would do certain things, and she was the one with 2 children, and I think I told a story about this in the video, that she purposely, by her action, being with a hood-minded woman, because the kid's dad, she got him locked up, then she turned around and get my friend locked up on, that he got locked up on some false charges, what she did, what she caused it, and how she caused it right before his mother died. So you got them kind of women, they'll paint, oh, I'm so in it, oh my goodness, but then the main ones be sitting up there causing the problems. And try to invoke you to try to put your hands on them. Now you got domestic violence on you. But here's another video.
So associate mine asked me, why do black men love white women so much? Why do you see a lot of black celebrities dating white women? All these athletes, singers, rappers, why do they love white women so much?
Remember the first video.
Dating outside of my race, I can give you about 2 or 3 reasons.
Same here, man, because I can't remember the last time I even dated a black chick. Man, welcome to that platform. If you're new, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good jazz. We're going to be discussing this situation between Michael B. Jordan and Lori Harvey. I want to expose the BS and the hypocrisy that you see as far as the reactions that you're seeing from women. Let's continue.
Number 1, white women are a lot more submissive and more feminine. They're more compliant. And, I don't know what it is, but maybe because
it depends on the white woman.
Guys carry themselves, they appreciate the masculine energy, and the women are more compliant. They're not giving you a headache, whereas black women are more masculine in general, on average, and they give black men a lot of headache. So a lot of black men.
Oh, let me stop right here. It all depends on, because there's some white women, and some white guys can confirm what I'm saying. They can be just as bullheaded, but it's in a different texture as black women.
Turn to white women or Asians or Hispanics.
Hispanics
because
too.
They're more compliant. They're willing to follow the man's lead, especially if he's somebody of high quality. And number 2, another thing is that the women are, like I said, feminine. They take care of themselves and they help the men think outside of the box. Because of her friends that are successful or in a different social economic standard, you learn about investments, business. Whereas if you date Shaniqua from across the street, she probably comes from a broken home, and so you don't get that same kind of exposure when you're dating a white woman, because maybe if she's not like white or anything like that, she comes from a good home. Therefore, you hang around her friends and you're able to learn about different other opportunities to help expand your business or help you grow as a person, as a man. And then number 3 is they're less of a headache, to be honest. A lot of guys that I know who date outside of their race, they're a lot more happier. There's a lot less drama. There's a lot less fighting, just in general, on average. I'm not saying all black women are headaches, but in general, a lot of white women are less of a headache. They're less confrontational when dealing with black men, from my perspective, from my own experiences at least.
It depends on the white woman.
Now, I will say this.
It depends.
I can't say that I don't disagree with him,
Right.
but I will say other races of women are starting to pick up these behaviors.
Right.
Also,
Right.
because trust me, I'm like majority of the women that I've dealt with in my lifetime have been outside of my race. I said, I can't disagree with him, but at the same time, I'm kind of like,
Yeah.
you know, these other races of women are starting to pick it up too.
Yes.
It's really no longer just a black woman issue.
No, it's not just black
I
women.
will say that.
Oh no.
But I want to show you guys
Oh.
the article of what they said about Michael B. Jordan dealing with this new chick, and she a baddie, bro. I can't even hold you. Check this out. All right. Now I wanted to start off at the top because the top told me everything I need to know. Michael B. Jordan reportedly dating British model Amber Jepsen. All right. Now check this out. Michael B. Jordan reportedly seeking secret swirl shit.
What is that?
British bikini model Amber Jepsen. Posted 12 hours ago by Rebecca Jacobs. I wonder if Rebecca Jacobs is a black woman, because I've never heard of a white woman using swirl shit as a way to describe a black man dating a white woman. Just saying. I'm like, y'all let me know what y'all think about that. I'm like, so before you even get into the article, they already taking shots at this guy. This man was made fun of, had to keep his mouth shut with the whole Lori Harvey breakup. He was trying to take her more seriously, only for her to, nah, I still want to be in the streets. And mind you, she just turned 26, so she only got about, 3-4 more years before, you know what I mean, before that wall come a knocking. And which reminds me, I want to show y'all a post. I was going back and forth with some chick about this. Gen Zennial, typical female, and she's definitely, you can tell she's adopted her way of thinking. Check this out though. Michael B. Jordan was never one for public relationships prior to dating Lori Harvey, but now everyone wants to know who he's moving on with. As Socialite debuts her new relationship with Damson Idris, and let's be honest, man, he on a time clock, and everybody know it, including the women, but they're not gonna admit it. On social media, the Creed actor is reportedly cuddled up with his own Brit. According to reports, the son, the 35-year-old, is said to be secretly dating and enamored with 26-year-old bikini pinup Amber Jepsen. Like, y'all see what she looking like. Like, she a baddie, bro. Like, yeah, let's see, continue here. Since buying a minority stake Premier League side Bournemouth late last year, Jordan has been spending more time in England. Friends and Jordan reportedly told the publication that his head has been turned by Amber, and the pair have enjoyed multiple chats during his time overseas. And this is her again, like, bro. Damn! That's a baddie, man. Like, she looked like she definitely got that Euro look. I would say she got more of the Eastern Europe look, in my opinion, with the eyes and the lips. And like, yeah, when it comes to white girls, yeah, that's what I look for. I ain't even gonna hold you. Continue. Said the Black Panther actor has replied to some of her social media posts, and last week Amber shared a screenshot of him liking an Instagram story, writing, "Wifed off now." Wow. The model has reportedly told friends she is excited to see where the relationship can go. Seemingly in response to the rumors about her relationship, Amber took Instagram on Monday with a simple caption, "Minding mine." Whatever. Like, we know you dealing with him. And with that, it looks like we're not getting any answers from her anytime soon. As for Michael B. Jordan, he's been laying low since his breakup with Lori Harvey in June of 2022 after more than a year of dating. At the time of their split, a source said they were completely heartbroken and still love each other. Now it looks like both parties have officially moved on, but we probably won't be seeing much PDA from Michael B. Jordan this time around. And honestly, I think that's smart, and that's her again. And you see what all the views she getting, I'm like, you know she a baddie, bro. Now I want to show you guys this post from one of my so-called friends on Facebook. Just a typical Gen Zennial effiness-minded woman. I'm like, check this out. Now I will be blocking her name because I don't want nobody coming for her. I'm like, as much as I want to expose her, because she gives me Missandra's vibes. Look, check this out. This is what she said. She didn't want to marry Michael B. Jordan for whatever reason. See, we don't know every detail about their relationship, but she obviously did not want to marry him. No, she didn't want to get married, period. She doesn't want to get married, period. She She wants to do everything on her terms. This is another one. These women want to be Lori Harvey. They wanna run through men that are obsessed with them, only to turn around and dump them off and go to the next guy. See, what Lori Harvey is doing is she's dating just like the men that she's with. Michael B. Jordan was an exception because Michael B. Jordan doesn't have that Future mentality. He doesn't have that P. Diddy mentality. Michael Jordan ain't out here trying to deal with multiple women like these other dudes that she dated in the past.
Right.
That's another reason why men gave her so much pushback when she broke up with him, when they found out that he was trying to marry her.
Right.
See, this is what women don't realize. We were actually rooting for this couple because for one, we got tired of y'all trying to say that Michael B. Jordan only wanted to deal with women outside of his race, and two, we was ready to see Lori Harvey get wifed up because we know 30 gonna creep up on her before you know it. And now look where she at. Because I'm gonna let you know right now, this new dude right here, he on the time clock. And look, and then she continues saying maybe she was not ready for marriage. She just turned 26 people, LOL. See what I mean? This is why so many of y'all are gonna end up being single and not married by 2030 like people are predicting. Y'all wanna keep pushing off marriage
You gonna wait till you get to my age?
past y'all prime. Quit pushing marriage and kids past y'all prime. That's
Right.
what's hurting y'all.
Right.
Because I'm telling you right now, whoever this dude is, if he's around the same age as Michael B. Jordan or a little bit older, he's not running on the same time clock as her. He
Right.
can fool around another 10, 15. Michael B. Jordan can fool around another 10, 15 years before he want to really settle down if he wanted to. Michael B. Jordan is literally in the beginning of his prime. This man is about to turn 36 next month. Stop. And now she found somebody that is on what she on. What's wrong with that?
You stupid.
Translation, she found somebody she can manipulate and control. That's all. The hypocrisy is real, bro. To see the kind of pushback he's getting for dealing with a woman outside of his race after dealing with a woman that was the same race as him and trying to marry her. See these black women get mad and turn around and turn into hypocrites just like that. It just goes to show you, bro. That's gonna be my new saying, man, because that's how these women think. Rules for thee, none for me.
Get the French toast out of here.
Modern women want to dictate men's every move, sexually, relationship-wise, whatever the case may be, while at the same time they want to be able to do whatever the hell they want, and they want men to just shut up and take it.
Exactly.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Now, with that in mind, what is the incentive for a man to deal with a woman long term in this state, if that's how most of y'all think? Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this, man. I'm like, I wanted to touch on this, especially when I found out about him dating this new chick, because I'm like, she a baddie, bro.
I'm gonna stop right here, and I'm about 10, 15, 20 years past the senior, and my advice to the women, you're gonna be alone, and you're gonna wait to get to women my age in their 40s and their 50s, and then you're gonna be looking back like, dang, because it goes just like that, and with two or three kids. So just keep on being picky. It's gonna catch up to you. Just like it'll catch up to men, it'll catch up to women. And men have that choice. So, when you're young, you think you got it going on right now, but it's going to catch up to your body. And then if you go down, where you want someone to really care about you? See, some women don't even think about that. Because your beauty can change. I made a story how I knew a woman that was like that, and down there, Louisville, Kentucky, and she was kind of, it was about this happened about 10, 15 years ago, and she had about 6, 7 men, doing what Lori Harvey doing, and what happened was she had a health problem, and now the last time I seen her was on Facebook. She couldn't get out of bed no more. So this is real. So it's a lesson learned to that. And so you think you will find a man that really care about you. You ain't gonna be. It ain't just gonna be a pretty booty in your face no more. You have to bring something to the table. That's what the men are saying. the men of great means are saying. And that's what it is. But okay, now, and you get some women, particularly among black women, but you're gonna find on this next story, I'm gonna show you the opposite of what a black woman think about black men or with her significant husband who is white. And what she said, and dictate what she think of black men. And it's no problem that, you know, if you're a black woman that's with another man of a different race. This what she said was about black people.
The treatment itself probably took 15 minutes.
10 to like 15
So watch
minutes.
this.
Literally.
We are back with yet another breakdown video. For those of you who are unaware of my breakdown videos, I play the video in its entirety. Unless it's a very long video, then I do a stop and go. And then when I finish the video playing out in its entirety, then I go back and dissect what was discussed in said video. So this is not only going to be a full breakdown video, but it's also going to be a Black Karen video. Now, I don't know who the name of this woman is. I really don't give a damn, but you're about to hear some BS spew out of her mouth and his mouth, but mainly her. She's a huge focal point of this video. Listen to what she has to say when it comes to black men when they come across a black man who I believe his vehicle was stalled or he was having some issues on the side of the road and they seemingly wanted to help him.
So we are out in the middle of the desert. We're driving along, and I see a car that's broken down, and there's a black man. Now there is not a whole lot of black people here in Idaho, right? So I'm thinking nobody else is probably going to stop to help this man. So I'm just like, you know what? We should stop. We should stop and help this man. I'm like, what? And she's like, no. I was like, no one else is going to stop. And I'm like, come on, we got to help this guy out. No, we don't. See, so see, I just got to say, like, right now, like, she said we already had too many black people in the car.
It's already in this little vicinity. It's too many.
She said ninjas.
Ninjas.
That was ninjas for anyone that she
You know what
just
that
speech
means, right?
impediment. It was
I a little slow.
Anyway, she wouldn't let me stop. She wouldn't let me help the guy.
No. You know how much hotter it would be in this vehicle if we put that black man in here?
And then I just know her because I know she's gonna be like, well, when we get robbed.
And if we did, I'd blame it all on him because you was the one.
We'd be sitting there and I'd just be looking over like, okay, that's my bad.
You have some black women that think like
I
this.
don't know I just can't deal with
Some.
these racists. These racists over here. Racists.
Tell me about it.
What she doesn't know, we're driving back the same way. He's still there. I'm stopping.
You can try.
I'm stopping.
Push the gas pedal.
Okay, so y'all just heard the whole thing right there. This actually was a little bit longer than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be much shorter than this, but it is what it is. So now you know how we do with the full breakdown. We go back and we dissect what was said, and there's a lot to talk about. So let's go ahead and get back into it.
So we are out in the middle of the desert. We're driving along, and I see a car that's broken down, and there's a black man. Now there is not a very...
Okay, so here it is right here. So like I said in the beginning of the video, they were driving along. They sitting in the desert. They see it was a car broke down. They see it was a black man's car broken down. Now look at her face when she mentioned it's a black man. Now the whole time when he's talking up until the point where he mentions that it's a black man, she's like, head down, And then the minute he mentions that she's black, that's when she tips her head up and she makes this face of disgust and disdain. Where her dry, crunchy ass wig. And look at him. He looks sloppy as hell. He looks like Snorlax. You know the Pokemon Snorlax? He looks just like that Pokemon.
Okay.
Black people here in Idaho, right?
They in Idaho, so that doesn't surprise me that there's not a lot of black people there. In Idaho, like, I've done stories about some, stuff involving black people from Idaho. Isn't that where I believe Iowa or Idaho. It was one of those two states that begin with an I that doesn't have a lot of black people. I know one of them was involved in, it was a special needs black boy who got violated with a hanger by these 3 PC pieces of shit. In one of those states, I can't remember if it was Iowa or Idaho, and then the other one was involving the young black man who went missing and turned up deleted a couple months ago when his PC girlfriend took him there for a quote unquote wedding that was Mormon based. I can't remember. I think that was Idaho too. One of them was Iowa and one was Idaho. But those states are kind of close together, I believe, and they both begin with the letter I, and they're both heavily PC populated.
So I'm thinking nobody else is probably going to stop to help this man. So I'm just like, you know what?
Now pay attention. The guy's playing along with her. And also too, in case y'all can't really gauge it, and I caught it when I was looking at and listening. He's not only in this instance guiding this conversation to get her response, because it's like he knows what she's going to say, but he's leading her to say these things without him having to say it. This is what these Dub S do with their Sambos. What they cannot say out loud, they will get one of them to do. It's just that in this instance, you have the Sambo sitting right next to him and he's sleeping with her. Instead of them pulling the strings from behind the scenes like they're the quote unquote wizard behind the curtain.
Stop and help this man.
See how he's doing it? He's saying it in a way that he sounds concerned, but he's really not. He knows what she's going to say. He knows how this woman, how this Blacarian feels about black men. So how ironic that this happens. This is like the perfect setup. How ironic that they're driving along the road and the car that breaks down, the person who owns the car is a black man, and then when they get to where they need to go because they're parked, they decide to pull out the camera and post this on TikTok, because it is on TikTok. You can see it right here, and that's probably his name, and it has to be because it says Jimbo, Idaho. And it says they're in Idaho, so 9 times
Jimbo,
Idaho. TikTok. This is not someone that posted it, that got this downloaded and then re-uploaded on their TikTok and say, make this go viral. But what are the odds that he pulls out his camera, goes on TikTok and posts this, so he can not only, find entertainment and laughter in this, because notice, like, if you in the original playback, he's laughing first before she starts to laugh. He finds this entertaining. So, black men, is in this car, there's no one on your side. Definitely not her, and neither is he. But then again, if you're smart enough, you can pretty much gauge that. Like, you have 2 anti-black men POSs in this car, in this video right now.
What? She's like, ah.
And I don't know why he's acting so shocked about what she's saying, as if he doesn't know that's what she's like. That's probably all the more reason he's with her right now, because it's probably a kink or a fetish to him in turn on that this woman doesn't like black men.
No one else is gonna stop. And I'm like, come on, we gotta help this guy out. No, we don't.
She said, not my problem. No, we don't. You know what's so crazy? Dominique Clayton had that same mindset. And she has been all but an afterthought since she got removed from this plane of existence a couple of years ago. Who talks about her anymore? I'm probably one of the few people that will bring her up when it has to be brought up, like right now. If she ends up like Dominique Clayton, she will be all but an afterthought too, because I don't even know this chick's name, and maybe for good reason. Look at his teeth. Every stereotype that a bad wench such as her or a Blacarian such as her would have for black men, this guy fills all of those stereotypes. He looks like a bum. He's overweight. He has messed up teeth. He looks corny as hell. But everything that she wants with him, she will shun a black man for being, if he even has one of those. Because, like I talked about with Fatlock, she pedestalizes PC people, in this case PC men, so they can look like Jason Voorhees when he takes off the mask. And she will still like it because Jason Voorhees
as he is still a PC man.
So see, I just gotta say, like right now, like she said, we already had too many black people in the car.
It's already.
Look at that, already too many niggas in this vicinity. She's using every dub as talking point that she possibly can right now. And he is enjoying it. He's enjoying it. He may not try to show it on his camera, but he's enjoying it. Or maybe he's testing her to see how far she'll go. Because let me tell you, this is some extremely off-code behavior now.
I'm gonna stop it right here. I'm gonna cut it on right here. It's one thing if you have somebody who you're attracted to, and you have a preference, but it's one thing you have a self-hatred for someone of a different race. The passport bros don't have a self-hatred of the different race. The men who travel from the start, which basically was centered around the black community, even though there's other people are traveling just as well. What is with the it's like, okay, if that's one thing, if that's the you feel that way, that's one thing, that's your preference. But why does she have to feel like she has to have to do that? You know, if that's what type of man you want, that's one thing. But to put down put down your own part of where the culture you come from in front of the people, that's foul. That's pretty foul. When it comes to the men, it's just like we want to travel for peace, and based on the character of a woman. And like I said, it's not necessarily black women. There's other women, like I mentioned earlier. There's white women that got issues. There's American Hispanic women got some issues. But it's just an American problem, period. And that's what most of the guys say. But some women are taking it like, oh, you jumping over to those other women over there, but yet you have women like her who despise her own men, that hate her own black men. And there's plenty of them out there are like that. They angry at you, but as soon as you roll up with another woman, nationality woman, they giving you attitude. The same woman could probably give you an attitude. I'm just saying. And like you said, it's a double. And that's part of the modern women. That's the truth. And so, because sometimes we among our community do make it about race. We really do. In our community, we do make it. So someone was making it about race. And it's like, oh wow, because that's why this thing really blew up, because other people, these other different ethnic groups of men were traveling. The white males, Asian males, probably some Hispanic males, Middle Eastern males, and they probably been doing business back and forth and doing whatever they getting with younger women or whatever they do. Some over there for business, but some doing some curricular activity. But when the black men start doing something, then that became a problem. But the same type of women like her you get butthurt and then shun all the good men just to go to another nationality of men. It's one thing. It's like you start from the beginning. Like if you're a black woman, I can see you all your life you've been just attracted to white men. I understand that. And that's what it is. That's what it is. Same as a black man been attracted to white women or Asian, Hispanic. That's one thing. But you have to go ham on it like that to the point that, no, you're just an N-word to me. Did you hear any of the men talk about black women calling them the B word, the C word, an NB word? Have you seen that? Any of these passport bros call black women out like that? call them out. I just right in front of another race, right in front of the woman. They're just saying how some women, they displaying their personality, but they never say, well, you know how the end bitches is. I've never seen one passport bro do that. Call a black woman out her name. Not one. Not one. Don't call it a B word. Don't call it a C word. Don't call it an NB word. Don't even say that. Just saying that you being ratchet, maybe be ratchet is the worst one. But you see how what's going on? I'm just pointing some things out, and I'm showing both sides that both agreed to go out. And if that's who you want, of a different ethnic background and region of the world or region of the United States, that's one thing. But you don't have to put down somebody just to get what you want. And like I said, the same type of women will, and this can apply to any woman, will use that type of man for their own gain when they say he's too giving, he's too nice, he's too have a good heart, and I need somebody a little bit more resistance. I need somebody that kind of, I mean basically act like a nut. I mean literally you have to flip your personality. And what I mean by flip your personality is like basically to the point that, I mean, she get on your nerve, you practically be cussing out about ready to do something to her, in order to get your respect. Be really superly aggressive, assertive, so assertive. I can see being assertive, but I mean being superly aggressive when you have to dealing with the combative woman. To the point that it almost it leads to someone putting hands on somebody. And then someone end up calling the law enforcement or somebody coming over and get turned to a big spat. Then it cool down for a while. Therefore, it gets to the point that someone's going to jail. And what happened? Does this mean that I respect you more now because I pissed you off to push your limit to that point? You got women like that here. That or the so-called respect a man to that extreme. But no one wants to talk about that. No one wants to talk about that type of woman. So the reason why, so when you have a guy that just want a peace and quiet, maybe you might have a certain you might not see eye to eye, have a disagreement, but it shouldn't have to be to the point that you should disrespect him, or and he should disrespect you as well. But and guys, some guys know, you got some women that talk to you so bad, they talk to you like they talking to them. And some of our women tend to do this. Some of our women tend to talk to her like you would talk if you have a child, like you talking to your son, and they try to treat you like a son instead of treat you like a man. And they talk to you like that. And instead of talking to you like a mate, that's what it is. And some guys pick up on that. It's like, and I think that's kind of reminded. It's like I already got a mother. You know how sisters are. They got that motherly thing too. But when someone's your mate and when someone's your girlfriend, they're supposed to have a balance with you. You know what I'm saying? And regardless of your personality, because you don't present yourself a certain way, they should respect that. You shouldn't have to be so pissed off and angry that I'd strike out or have to cuss you out to get it off, just to get all that out, just to know, you pissed me off. Now you want to see me super angry, and to the point that I'm getting stressed out. I get a burst of anger, my blood pressure go up. I get something, and hopefully that it don't kick into something hell just to appease you. But you got some women get their rocks off doing that. And to mentally strain the man. And so some men like men been tired. Then you have the women that saying that like I was told one time, like, well, why can't I get with you? Well, you're not making $22 an hour, so it's a monetary factor. And I'm out here to get the money, and I'm out to get the money. But soon, that's okay. I took it on the chin. This was a woman down in Cincinnati, and it was a couple women that come across that. So, but they called me up as the friend that they kind of pushed to the side, and they meet the dude that's $22 an hour, and he treats them like crap, whatever. Then they come crawling back to, then they call, and you the nice guy, right? Here they calling you. Oh, I can't believe he made a move on my girlfriend. He left me at the restaurant with the bill. But here you might be the guy that's listening. You would have done nothing like that. But she passed you over for that because she's saying that you don't qualify. I have women do me like this. You don't qualify because I'm looking for something. I'm looking for something regal, and so when it gets something regal, or something a little bit on the edge, like a Pookie and Ray Ray, and he good. There's three things he can do. He can probably put it down, and he probably could put it down in the bedroom. He give her that drama, and he got some dysfunction that she's trying to mold and mix. And now, and then she give all to him, give her all. And some of these angry women you see on TikTok, this is what happened. So they get with these men. These men finally they go to another woman. Now they broken hearted. Next thing you know they angry. Next thing you know they want to take it out on. Now they want a good man, but no, they don't stay single long enough to see why they keep tracking the same type of man. Then they get a good man. Then they want to use the crap out of him. Then they just want to drive him up the wall and drain his resources and drain him mentally, emotionally, and financially. And even some women that have kids and they'll talk all that. Well, I don't need no man with no. But you want. I bet you want to meet a man with some money, right? But you independent and you strong. But there's some women that say they talk all that tough. They talk all that tough talk, but they go with what they want, or they'll meet that man who's at that same category, but they wouldn't do that. But it was if he have a little edge on like Pookie and Ray Ray, and got women on the side, and he leaves them give it's like a soap opera. Where is he at? He should call me. It's something like that. And they go chasing around halfway around town. There's some women that get off on this. But the good guy, the decent black man, could apply to white men, other men. You the good guy, you know that she won't give you that love and affection and attention, the femininity. No, she give it to him, and that's why men are leaving, ladies. If a woman listens to it, that's why men are leaving, because. And all men have pumped women up, and some women are smart enough to know it's their butt and their breasts, and they just got they have this big ego, like the opposite of males do. Women have an ego too, and see now, they've been compared to other women around the world, and they don't like that. That's why that's why they come into the TikTok and making YouTube video, and you seeing people doing this. And something about the women of particularly there's other women complaining about this, but particularly why is the black women doing it at a higher rate? Because some of the women that was that hurt woman, they was chasing the Pookie and the Ray Ray, and they got their feelings hurt. So now all these black men ain't worth the crap out here. Now they ain't worth the crap. But it was her choice to pick the man that she picked. Just like Phil was saying earlier. Now we all ain't shit, right? We don't want to apply, and so when we decide to turn the direction in another 2 or 3 years and get up the line, but you was the woman that said 2 or 3 years ago, oh, you ain't got what I got. You know, you ain't really applying yourself. You busted. Your shoes is busted. But soon he gets so tight, that same woman, and then he get him a woman that attracted to him, that he figure out that really attracted to him from a different race. Here did she come, that same type of woman to be complaining. But you was that same type of woman. You didn't want to stand there from the beginning because you don't have no patience. You don't have no love. And I'm sorry, the women are not like our grandmothers and them at that time when black women would actually stand by their man. You ain't got too many black women that do that no more, because you have the black women, the modern women today, like other women, are the modern women that think that just because they got degrees and everything, they ain't got to do nothing. And that's why most of them are single. And the reason why I say this to the younger women, you keep it up. You see your older women like your mothers and your aunts around about my age, you in your 20s and your 30s, and they still ain't got a man. You see why? You see how the way they acting. You keep acting the way you're doing, thinking that because you're getting older too, and if you want to end up like your mama, who's my age, your grandma's my age, or whatever, and I'm in my 50s. Keep it up, and then then you'll be alone for the rest of your life. So that's the message. So you see, you're cute in your 20s, in your 30s, but I'm telling you, it's going to change if you don't humble yourself and you don't let your ego go. Don't be like some of these Gen X women. That's why they ain't got a man. That's why a certain percentage don't have a husband, and they single. And they miserable, and some of them have been chiming on in with a few little baby boomers, because if they knew how to be a wife, they would have that problem, and they shouldn't have that problem anyway. Why? And if you got a husband, why you don't need to be beyond that topic anyway, because you should know. Be glad that you got a husband if you want the women that have a husband, because some women don't have someone to share their time with. And then you got women that really don't want to be married. You got the kind of women that they good. You know, hey, some it could be good reason. Maybe some give their life to the Lord. God bless them on that. But you got some women that they just too much of themselves. They too much. They too alpha. And the only one that can change that alpha, that break that alpha spirit out of them, is the Most High God. To show them, what do I have to do to be a woman to be presented as a wife? It takes God, the Most High God. When she get past 35, it's going to take her, because they settle in their ways. Listen, guys, when they get in their 30s and 40s and up, they set in their ways. They get to my age, they already settled. They ain't going to change. It's the truth. And the only one that can change them is that he has to change that mindset. So this has got to be said. So to the younger women out there, if you want to be like those older women who are lonely in another 10, 20 years, or you want to meet a guy and you be stuck in your 30s and 40s being single when your kids are halfway grown, and you really want a companion, he's not going to be there, because just keep it up. And that's what these angry women on TikTok is about. Because they had a good man. Some came across good men, but they didn't qualify. And they gave their heart and their body to a man that didn't value them. That's what it is. And they mad. Now they're getting upset because they seeing men that look like in their own community, because they got the button breast and a pretty face. And I'm educated, and I got 6 figures. That's not what they're asking for. That's not what the man who's making the same amount of 6 figures is asking for. But it's okay that you're educated. It's fine that you can do it. But do you want a companion? That's the question. So hopefully take some from this video. And some people are not gonna like what I said, but it's the truth. It's a double standard. And like I said, hey, but don't put down other people just to if they get with some of a different nationality or origin. Pick them by the character, because white men can tell you there's some white women that got issues like black women. Trust me, it's Hispanic women too. In America, it is. Asian women too. Trust me, they got some attitude too. They got that entitlement too. They ain't, they ain't all like the ones overseas. That's why I said, and then I hear them tell them, don't bring them back over here, because they're gonna pick up that spirit, that demeanor. Someone won't keep the custom. So the men really gonna move over there. Some men are not bringing their wives back here. So I don't know what these women are talking about, because they know how some of you women are. What is she doing that for? I wouldn't do that for him. Yeah, that's why you're single. That's why you don't get the best of the best out of the man you're with. That's why you're not meeting a man that's making 6 figures. That's why you're not meeting, because he see right through you. He know that you don't truly love him. You can't build with him because you want it for your own gain. But you've been told that all men are dumb and all men are stupid. And all men are slow. We got that's what this modern women believe. Men are catching up. We heard that from the 80s and 90s. Independent, throw your hands up in the air. The songs, all the songs you sang back in the 80s and 90s, it's coming back on you. Men ain't arguing no more. Men are not arguing. They leaving. They leave. You sit back, just walk out the door. What's the sense of arguing with you? It's until you humble yourself. That's the message. Men don't have to say nothing. Men are not saying nothing. Men from all walks of life ain't saying nothing. They gone. So you can keep making videos and making an ass out yourself, because that's what it is in front of you and some other women around the world. They see you like, what in the world? And throwing jabs at them and you don't even know what the economy is over there. And they go to school over there. They're working. In fact, they own property. It may not be to our standard of living, but they got houses. Don't let them fool you. Them men have to get with them. But even if the men help build a house over there, it's in their name because they're the native of that land. Ask the passport bros about that before you make these crazy accusations. The women got advantage over there, but they want the men. That's the difference. They want a husband. They know how to keep a husband. Do you know how to keep a husband? Do you know how to respond and respect a man? That's the question. To the ones that are single. Now the women that are married, the ones that goes out who are widowed, my heart goes out to you. The ones been abused and dogged out, my heart goes out to you. But this applies to the women that just got this mindset that it's just because they got a big butt and a smile. And that's all it should be. No, baby, it's competition. You have 40 years to tell men this. Now men are telling you by their actions. The songs, and it gave you sort of a boost. Now the men showing it. And men are ignoring you. And it bothers some of the women on TikTok. It's bothering them. And the men ain't saying nothing. Men ain't putting them down. They're just saying, hey, you're just not wife material. You're not wife material. Like some men could be not husband material. Because that's what they told us told men in the 40 years, you're not husband material. So men saying, okay, they took it on the chin because you don't have this, and this. Now men are turning around, getting their finances together. They grinding. Now they showing you. So something to think about. So my name is James. So next time, share the video on the content. Shout out to all the content creators. Till next time, you guys take it easy. And hey, listen what they're saying. Then their input. They know the ones that travel. That's all I can say. Take notes. And then you'll see.